the creator of Rock at College, and you're watching the first ever episode of Soulful Studies Sunday, where college girls come to redefine college and life success while learning simple and effective study skills. And to kick off the very first episode of Soulful Studies Sunday, we're going to be talking about the most overused study tool by every college girl out there. And that is these bad boys right here, highlighters. Any academic professional that you've ever met has probably told you at some point that you should use highlighters, but no one ever gives us the darn instructions on how to use these things, and we don't know how to use them, and they're dangerous. So today what I'm going to be sharing with you are the 3 rules to use a highlighter effectively. Highlighters are meant to highlight information. Or in other words, they're meant to draw your attention to a certain point on a page where hopefully there is some information that'll help you pass your upcoming exam. So if you don't use it properly, you can end up with a page that is completely highlighted, which defeats the purpose of drawing your attention to the important information. So what are the rules to using a highlighter effectively? Well, rule number 1 is to put down the freaking highlighter. We can get a little overzealous when we start using the highlighter and nervous about whether or not we're highlighting the right information or if we're missing things. So the first thing that I would suggest is that you put down the highlighter until you understand rule number 2. Rule number 2 is to know the logic and reason behind the information that you're supposed to be learning. If the whole point of a highlighter is to make information stand out, you need to have a very good idea of what is worthy of standing out. So, what that means is you need to ask yourself at the end of this, what am I supposed to have learned? Where does this reading assignment stand next to what I'm supposed to be learning in this class? And I would suggest comparing it to the objectives and the main points that are usually at the beginning of your readings or that are given to you in the syllabus by your professor. So to give you an example, the whole point of nursing school was to teach me how to be a safe nurse. And in order to do that, I needed to understand the whole scope of practice of being a nurse and what was involved. And so in nursing school, what I was supposed to be learning was health promotion, health prevention, signs and symptoms, and the treatments that I was going to be administering as a nurse to help my patients. So that meant that in my reading, the important things that I needed to know were the things related to health promotion, health prevention, signs and symptoms associated with diseases, and then the treatments that I was going to be administering. And that was the only information that I would highlight in my textbook. And so that brings me to rule number 3. Once you understand the purpose of your reading and the purpose of the PowerPoint and what you're supposed to be learning, pick up your highlighter and only highlight the information that is related to what you're supposed to be learning in the class. And again, if you're ever in doubt, the easiest way to find out what you're supposed to be learning and what's important is to look at the objectives, the key points that are usually at the beginning of your PowerPoint slides or your syllabus or the beginning of the chapter in your textbook. So that's it. Those are the 3 easy rules to remember when you're using a highlighter, and I'll recap. Number 1, put down the highlighter. Number 2, understand the logic behind the information that you're supposed to be learning in that class. And 3, only highlight the information that is related to the information that you're supposed to be learning. And now I want to hear from you. Are you guilty of overusing highlighters? And if so, what was the biggest takeaway from this video? Leave a comment for me down below because I would love to interact with you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe to this channel because I will be creating videos just like this every other Sunday in the installment of Soulful Studies Sunday. I hope you enjoyed the episode of Soulful Studies Sunday you just watched. I have so many more study skills and practical college advice in the Rock at College system, a step-by-step blueprint for creating your own study system. Get better grades without the stress, overwhelm, and lack of social life over at rockatcollege.com.